Alrighty. Good Sunday morning, everybody. 9:50 a.m. Sunday, 3rd of May. I didn't weigh myself today because I slept over at my lady's house. So I don't know what my weight is. If I would have guessed, the diet's been pretty bad. So 79.5-ish. I don't think I went more than 80, but I'm right about there. Today's going to be a chest day. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a very fly-intensive chest day with very minimal pressing. Reason being is that I hit arms 2 days ago, and I did focus on triceps for that arm day. So, I mean, they don't feel sore per se, but when I was warming up slightly, I could feel like my tricep being a bit more sensitive than it usually is. And so for me, that's reason enough to just maybe stay away from pressing. You couple that with the fact that I don't really like pressing anyway, like I never really feel it in my chest, so it seems like an obvious choice to just go crazy on the flies, right? What do we got here? We got 86 kilos first set. I've obviously warmed up into it. I didn't just jump straight into this. I did like 40 kilos, 60 kilos, 73 kilos for like 2 or 3, and then I was like, oh, you know what, it's manageable. And so I upped it by a tiny bit. I'm hoping to get around 8 reps with clean form on this. It's a bit tricky because I'll explain it in the next set pretty much. I've been waffling on for too long. Let's just get this first one out of the way. Let's get a little crazy. Woo. Not bad. Alrighty. We're back. What I was saying about the execution of the pec fly, I think the hardest challenge is that you want to have the shoulders as far back as possible, like so. But when you start the movement naturally, when you feel like wanting to move the weight, you're naturally going to cave forward just that tiny bit. You know, I think the hardest thing is keep the shoulder retracted whilst also straightening the arm. And if you're looking side on, that's retraction, that's protraction. But I can do it with a bent arm or a straight arm, right? When you're doing the pec fly, you want to keep it as straight but as back as possible. Does that make sense? Like if you don't get it, just watch this. I wasn't a big fan of pec fly machine until maybe only a year or 2 ago. And it was only until I started being a bit more stricter on the form that I start seeing potentially a little bit more, you know, itty-bitty chest action. Same weight, second set, 12 plus would be nice. I lost count. Fuck. One more. Not bad. All right, second last set, the forbidden side-on angle. Yeah. Well, this is more so for me as well as for you, but one bad habit that I have with my pretty much any pressing movement or fly movement is that I will hyperextend and arch my back a lot, get my ribs sticking out. Not ideal, not ideal. if I'm here, nice and stacked, this is horizontal. But if I arch my back all the way like this, all of a sudden horizontal's a bit more up here, right? Because of the angle that my shoulder makes relative to my torso. So I'm trying to stay as stacked as possible. And honestly, it might then appear as if I slouch forward a bit in the fly, which is a bit annoying because I want to try to eliminate that as well. So it's a bit of a doozy. But like all exercises in the gym, if you fuck it up, you just do it again and again and again until you get it right. To the forever pursuit of perfection. You know what I'm saying? Alright, if not, don't worry about it. Jesus. I shouldn't have decreased the weight. I'm fucking doing so many reps. Or I just need to be stricter on the form. I'm fucking it up. One more. Redemption round. Last set. I'm not gonna be too strict on myself. I was having this thought. I was like, if I execute this perfectly, the rest of the workout's gonna be great. But then I was like, you know, why put that pressure on myself? You know? Even if the set is only like 80% good, that's still pretty good. 80% every single set, I'm pretty happy with that. You know? To go 100% on every set, like, you gotta be a machine. And it's not easy. Anyway, enough fluff. Last set here. We kept the weight the same, so the rep range is gonna be on the higher side, right? 81 kilos here. 7 plates from the full stack, which, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been weight chasing, but you should be tracking your weights at least to see whether or not you're improving every month on month. Week on week is a bit extreme. You shouldn't be getting that strong that quick every week unless you just started out or you just started taking steroids. But even then, it takes like 4 weeks to kick in. So all in all, let's go a bit crazy. Not bad. I thought the form wasn't too bad. It was pretty strict. All right, let's move on. Not bad. Alrighty. Hello. What a compliment. Look, my shoulders are too big to go down normally. Well, they can, but you know what I mean. Like I scrape it a little. Oh. So all we're trying here is a Arsenal converging incline press. Yeah, I've got 30 on the bar. I actually tried 2 plates, 40, and I did 1 rep, and I was like, yeah, no, 30 kilos. Now, the key here is a bit tricky. If it's incline, I want to think about shoulder flexion. That is the elbow starting here, and then the elbow going up here, ignoring what's going on with the forearms, right? And this machine makes it hard because the path sort of just goes straight up. So irrespective, I'm gonna get a bit of tricep involvement, but to try to maximize the amount of chest activation, 2 things. I'm gonna think of bringing my elbows up first before extending. And then secondly, I'm gonna try to converge them to the middle. Yeah, I'm actively pushing diagonally inwards. Like, I don't know, I feel like if you get it, you get it. Like people that train chest realize that like their triceps, it's really easy for their triceps to take over. So how do you really try to target the chest? Well, you just think about what the chest does. The horizontal shoulder adduction, a fly movement, bringing that elbow, bringing that humerus across the midline, towards the midline. So even whilst doing the set, the intent behind the execution matters. So that's just what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? Anyway, instead of talking about it, let's just show it. God damn it. I thought I had that last one. Not bad, not bad. All right, I've actually propped my camera up on a fucking bench machine. Lucky no one's in the gym today. Well, not that many people, so I hope they won't mind. But I've been filming in gyms for give and take, like 2, 3, 4. I don't know what my first upload was. But I don't know if it's a big American thing about like people getting in the way of your setup and shit. But my only comment on that is just wait for them to pass and reshoot. What's the big idea? Oh, what? You don't have infinite time like everyone else would? Ah, well. I mean, it's just a video, right? I don't know what I'm doing. One more set, same way. I think I did 10 last set. I'm gonna aim for the same. If not more. Fuck me. Alright, back to flies. No more. Back to flies. Ugh, not bad though. Alrighty. We are doing cable cross, my favorite. Now we are gonna do high to low cable crosses first because I don't do dips for the life of me. And my pec minor could use some work. One thing is that when you're doing high to low, or really any angled fly, a bit of physics is involved. You're gonna think about where the line of pull is pulling you. And so you'll see that when I do my high to low flies, my feet are quite close and I'm standing quite upright. I'm hinging ever so slightly, but not so much as if I was doing like a flat fly. More importantly as well, the elbows don't really go above my shoulder height. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Fuck, I think I was off center. Kill me. Oh, well, not bad. Alrighty, one more set. Not bad. All right, same setup, or not the same setup. I've actually lowered the height of the cables. I'm gonna pretty much employ the same amount of hinge and torso lean, but my hands are gonna finish a bit more in front here as opposed to down here. Yeah. So we're changing it from like a high to low fly to pretty much flat fly. One thing to think about, you know, whatever setup you do, especially when it comes to training the chest, you never want to be in this sort of like silver back, hunched forward position. This is normal. Yeah, you actually want the opposite. You want to be here. Yeah, so when you set up, you're here, and when you finish, you're still here. You're not like that. All right, the moment that you see any protraction, say goodbye to fucking chest stimulus. You know what I'm saying? All right, if not, just watch this. Alright, setup not ideal. I didn't take one step forward enough. Fuck! We'll do it again. Not bad. Alrighty. Last set of the day. Let's fucking do this. Let's get a bit crazy. Alright, let's check the pump. Alrighty. Let's check the pump. It really was only like 8 sets or 10 sets of chest. I generally don't train as much volume on the weekends because, you know, gotta hang out with my lady, do stuff, live a life, you know how it is. But then, you know, when I do have the opportunity to go crazy on bodybuilding, I try to. That's all about balance. Let's go through some mandatories first, and then we'll go through a lottery round. All right, this is image training. Box is right there. Sorry. Get to the position and relaxed. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Not bad. I don't know how it looks, to be honest. I'll review the video. Then, after your mandatories, you go through a round of classic poses. So, first one they open up with is a front double bi. So you would go from relaxed, you're here, holding this, front double bi, you'll be like, relax. What do they go after? Side chest. So I'll be like, let me try that again. We're here. I want the left foot down first. So I'll be like here, bring this over, sit on it, squeeze the hammies out, and then remember the upper body too. So, into side chest, side try. So some back poses. I don't know the transition, fuck it. We get to here, we set the legs. Not bad. Rear lat spread. Abs and thighs. Then, my favorite, your favorite classic pose. I'll go from here, and then I'll go, oh wait. So I want to start like this. So I'll be like, hey. I don't know how that looks. Meh. Front double bi, back double bi, rear lat spread. Shall we hit a front lat spread? Yeah, I gotta make sure not to push the stomach out too much because it loses the vacuum. Not bad. Overall, needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of work. But more so on posing as opposed to like muscular size. I could always go for bigger, more dense muscles, but now's not the time, right? We're 18, we're 17 weeks out. The goal to have the best look on stage, personally, obviously for me, I'm not really too focused on trying to come first or beat others, but it's to bring the best look with the limited amount of preparation that I have. So the goal, get extremely flowy with the posing. No, I'm just kidding. All right, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.